Well, hello, you green-fingered people. Yes, it's time for my next filmed episode of Vegetable Growing for a Beginner. Just a reminder that I'm not the expert, I'm the beginner, and I'm hoping various people will give me tips on how to do better. You'll notice that my greenhouse is still a bit ramshackle. That door is never fitted, but I did manage to cover it up so it kept warm. You might remember that in one of the episodes, I think it might have been the last episode, some of my French beans had been killed off. They couldn't cope with the English onslaught, but there's news. But before I get any further, I need to show you some of my harvests. You might have seen some of my photographs already, but here is my little harvest of beetroot. Look at those. And it's one of those things, I've grown them. Now what will I do with them? All sorts of advice about roasting them or liquidizing them and mixing them with carrot juice to make an energy drink. That might go down well. Or I just remember from the 70s being sort of pickled. I'm a bit traumatized by that, but I might try a bit of that. But then this is the harvest of the day. Look at this. Two lovely, well, they look ginormous there, but they're slightly smaller than the ones in the shops. But my first courgettes. So I'm quite excited about that, but without more ado, I just want to show you around. Would you like to see progress? Overall, I'm quite excited, so hopefully I'm going to try and flip the camera around so I can see what I'm filming. No, I'm not sure I can do that. Let's see. Here is the greenhouse, and as you can see, it's getting quite overgrown. Here are the tomato plants, and they've been doing quite well. I've kind of run out of space, but if you look closely there, I hope you can see that. One of them at long last has started to turn a tinge of orange, struck red. That's just happened in the last day or two. And another one there. So I'm looking at quite a good crop of tomatoes. There's my aubergine plant. That's doing very well. My cucumber plant, which I thought had died, actually had just sort of reseeded. And I've had a few more since, thanks to generous offers. So I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cucumber plants on the go, and I need to give them a bit of attention, but that's going well. And then I've got a lot of more celery than I know what to do with. There's another aubergine plant, and there's the beginning of some more. So you can see one of the problems I've got here is a bit of I'm running out of space really in the greenhouse, and most of the things need sticks, so I can't really put them anywhere other than on the side or in the middle. But anyway, that's quite good, isn't it? I'm enjoying that. That's gone quite well, but let me show you what's going on outdoors. These were the first things I planted, the leeks, and they're doing pretty well. I'm trying to see them here. They're taking well. Yes, and I know. Get the hoe out. I promise I'll be getting the hoe out in a little while. Now here are my red Baron onions. Look at the size of that. That's really coming on, that onion. I'm not sure when I'm meant to whip it out the ground. It looks big enough, but I've been told they're nowhere near ready yet, according to my main expert and the first official member of the Savage Group, which is Alan Horton. Here are my what do I call them? Beetroots. They're doing very well. I've recently put in some new red ones. They're coming on. Now this is the miracle. These were the French beans that died off in the great frost of May, if you remember it, but they're really coming on now. So I'm quite excited about that. I'm waiting to see something happen. But here's the thing that I'm most excited about as of today. My peas have suddenly, they seem to have appeared, they've appeared in about a week. As you can see at the moment, they're still pretty firm, and I suppose a specific bit of advice I want is, am I meant to be sort of, the ones that have filled out, am I meant to be pulling them off, or cutting them off, or should they come easily? Should I wait for that? I don't know. I need your advice on that. Here's the carrots. I've had a little look. They're really growing, but they're tiny still in the ground at the moment. But I do think I should have thinned those out. I never quite did, and it's too late now, I think. Here's a more sensible run of carrots, spaced out. Alan Horton gave me those, and sort of they were kind of wrapped up in kind of paper, which let the seeds spread out a bit more, and so they seem to be more sensibly spread. Now let's have a look over here. Here's my cabbages. There's one that it just shows at beginners errors. I didn't have enough of clotch or whatever it is, so I've got one that's kind of survived outside, and it's doing okay. If you look, it's doing okay, and then most of the ones in here have done okay. It's only when I checked recently I realised there's two types. There's sort of the regular round ones and the these coned ones, and they're doing well as well. I'm still not sure. I did show a photo. Oh, I'm caught up in the netting. I did show a photo of those, and some people said you can take them now if you want, and others said no, leave them, they'll get bigger. So I'm leaving them a bit. Here's my courgettes, the ones that I've harvested today. They're doing all right as well. You can see a little in there. I've had a few of them sort of rot when they hit the ground, but mostly I haven't had too much loss. Beginner's luck, perhaps. Here's my latest edition of what I'm trying to grow. What is this? Broccoli, but that'll be a while yet. I went and bought some lettuce, which is just taking. I've run out of space, but look at this field. I'm hoping I can reenact a bit of a scene from Forrest Gump later, when this really reaches the height. Maybe through rocks at the old greenhouse, and say sometime there just aren't enough rocks. And there's some other broccoli coming on. So overall, I think I can say it's going all right, isn't it? A bit further down the garden, I am experimenting with something. Well, actually, in the greenhouse, I passed it by, but you know, you think you've got enough to do, and then now do something else. So when I bought the lettuce, I also bought this 3 melon plants, and one in the greenhouse died, one's doing all right, and then I've got another one in the distance there against the wall, and I'm just going to see how they get on. So overall, it's doing okay. I suppose the questions I've got is, I'm running out of space with the tomatoes. I'm hoping they're all going to start turning red. But should I bring them outside? Going to do something else with the cucumber. Somebody gave me a bit of I've got a vague memory of somebody saying with the cucumbers you've got to sort of stake them up or something. If I really wanted to, I could dig up this bit of ground here to make a bit more of a space, but keeping myself busy as it is. So I suppose, to bring this little episode to an end, should I be picking those peas? What else could I do with the beetroot? Shall I dig them all up, or shall I just do them one at a time as I need them? Could those onions be ready? The Red Barons or the other ones, or do I really need to wait till the autumn? I think though I didn't mention these actually. I've had a really good harvest of radishes as we've gone along, but I think I should have thinned them out when I had the chance. I left it too late. Some of them, they've grown a lot of leaves, but not, and one or two have gone a bit woody now, so I suppose that's a lesson I've learned for future reference. Steve, spread them out once they start to grow, and be satisfied with a smaller harvest. But overall, 9 out of 10 have come out all right. So that's where we're at. It's quite exciting, isn't it? So thanks for the tips I've had. I'm hoping now that in the next few days I'm going to have a really good harvest of tomatoes. But here's the next thing. It might be, you can see I haven't really planned for this episode, but I thought I'd better get back into business in case you'd forgot me. I think I might have to dig up the radishes, and it's what else goes in there, or do I put something in the gap, which I think where those breeze box were, because I think in the past people have grown fruit there. I might have left that a bit late. But as you can see, it's gone well. Now I must tell you about a little bonus harvest I had. Sometimes it says in the Bible somewhere, one sows and another reaps. Now a long time ago somebody must have sown that lovely cherry tree there. You can't quite see it in the sun. And I had a Boston crop of cherries, which I've mainly consumed. I gave a few away. Here's another apple tree which I did not plant. They're coming on nicely. I think they're eaters, couldn't be sure. Over here I think, well, I get mixed up. There's another apple tree here, but maybe they're the eaters and the one behind me is the cookers. Would you like to have a little look? Let's have a little look. Okay, now there you go. There's they're coming on nicely. So I've reaped where I haven't sown. So there you go. Now I've been told off by one or two for not keeping it weeded enough, but it's funny. There's always something to keep you busy. But here's my final thing. The last time I filmed, it hadn't rained for ages. And we're getting a bit worried about it because I had to go up and down, up and down. I think I just bought my new hose, but I decided I needed to make an investment for when the sun came out again, and that time has come. And and I will leave you with this little song. That's my latest investment. I like big butts and I cannot lie. I like big butts and I cannot lie. Look at that butt. I hope you like it. And on that note, I look forward to receiving your comments, and I'll see you for the next episode, which might be the big harvest edition of Vegetable Growing for a Beginner. Thanks for watching.